Hi, this is John Blossom for Robin Good TV. I'd just like to go over a few of the headlines that we picked up on contentblogger.com today. A few fun things. Number one, I recommend you to go over to Download Squad, where they have a great video capture of a promotional feature that was run by a company called Digital Equipment Corporation, DEC, which is long ago subsumed into Hewlett-Packard. And they have a video talking about the great new internet technologies that existed in 1994. And you'll see a lot of very familiar sort of crudity from the pages of that era. And yet when you look at the video, it's also a reminder of how much of the full potential of the web was already available in that era. And we've come so far in many ways, and yet there was so much, even that far long ago, 13 years ago, that was already available and beginning to transform publishing. Speaking of videos, there's another fun video over at the New York Times called The Big Move. You'll find the link on Content Blogger. And it's a look at how the New York Times is moving into new headquarters down the street a bit. They've been at 43rd Street just off of Times Square for many, many years. And now they're moving to a modern facility, not unlike AP's facility on the west side, by the way. And they're just kind of beginning to adjust as to what this is all about. Sometimes it takes moves like this to spark companies to move in more constructive directions. Reuters moved out of Fleet Street a couple of years ago, and AP's move seems to have helped them get much better integrated operations as well. And hopefully this will help the Times staff, which is already very progressive, think even more so in terms of content rather than print publishing. There's also an interesting article in the Times about Bayer, the pharmaceutical company that started a new viral campaign of advertising for one of their drugs, Aleve Caplets, I believe it's called. Anyway, go to alleviator.com. And it's kind of like a video game, if you will, where you have characters that try to capture your attention, and you get to go through some of the content that they've put into social media sites, such as WetPaint, to allow people to learn more about the drug and to have fun. Their hope is that this will go viral, that people will share it with other people. So far, from what I saw on WetPaint, it doesn't look like that's happening yet. But I think that there have been experiments with advertising in games for many years, of course. But this is one of the first I've seen that have actively engaged social media. So it's interesting to take that look at that when you get a chance. And finally, MIT Libraries News reports that they are using Delicious as a service for their internal library system. So you can go to Delicious and their librarians will post information about new books and resources that are available in the library as social bookmarks in Delicious. And of course, many people are using services like Delicious to understand where their resources are available online. So this is basically bringing the library to where people aggregate their content. And I find it an interesting example of how content will aggregate where people want it to. And publishers and content support services such as librarians have to go to where the people are increasingly. Those are my thoughts for today. I'm going to a more simple production method for a while here so I can catch up with some work. But thanks so much and have a great day.